Good afternoon, Vancouver. I'm Mayor McEnerny-Ogle, and today is Wednesday, July 7th. Thank you to Seven Star and Jeb Baldridge, our American Sign Language interpreters. Last week's Independence Day holiday kicked off the first week of our state's official reopening. And after a long 16 months, your collective commitment to mask up, physically distance, stay home and get vaccinated is paying off. Lives are being saved, and our businesses are reopening, and our community is coming together once again for summer events and celebrations. Here at City Hall, plans are underway to bring back more in-person customer service and public meetings later this summer. The first in-person City Council meeting will take place on Monday, July 26th at City Hall. Measures to ensure the health and safety of our community will continue, including physical distancing for all attendees and face covering requirements for the unvaccinated. At this time, all city boards and commissions will continue meeting in a virtual setting. As we've learned this past year, online meetings have been an invaluable tool in helping more residents stay informed and engaged with the work of the city. We're pleased to be able to continue to offer online streaming and options for virtual participation moving forward. Also, starting July 26th, the city's Permit Center and Customer Service Desk at City Hall will reopen with limited hours on Mondays and Wednesdays. These hours will ramp up through the summer and fall months and return to a full 5 days a week in-person service starting September 7th. In addition to City Hall services, the city's utility customer service desk, which processes city utility payments at the Vancouver Operations Center on 4th Plain, will resume their full pre-pandemic service hours starting July 26th. As always, visit the city's website to find the latest updates on city service reopenings and online and telephone service options. The city's Parks and Recreation Department is also continuing to ramp up services and capacity. If you're looking to get back into the fitness habit, the Furstenberg and Marshall Community Centers are currently open at full capacity to current pass holders. And beginning July 12th, drop-ins for non-pass holders will reopen. On July 12th, pool capacity for group and water exercise classes will also return to normal. But public swim sessions will be limited to 80 swimmers due to staff capacity, and reservations will still be required for public swims at Furstenberg Pool. If you're in need of a space for a long overdue gathering, the Furstenberg and Marshall Community Center's rental spaces are also now open to host weddings, quinceañeras, birthdays, or other special events at full capacities. And just in time for summer, I'm pleased to report that almost all of the city's nearly 50 public water fountains have been fully serviced after the long shutdown and are back on. Just a couple more need full servicing and repairs. Next, if you may have heard, many of Vancouver's summer events are also making a comeback this year. Free Friday night movies in the parks kick off this Friday, July 9th, with a screening in Fruit Valley Park. Movie nights will continue every Friday through August 27th at neighborhood and community parks throughout the city. The movie schedule is available online. The city also has announced a new Party in the Park series for free, smaller scale gatherings featuring music and games and crafts for the whole family at 8 neighborhood parks. And I'm excited to announce the addition to the popular Esther Short Park water feature has opened last month, and Vancouver's Columbia River water feature is also back on for the season, so you can get your feet wet. Finally, the city is now accepting permit requests for community events at full capacity. Watch the city's social media pages and community calendar for the latest on local events this summer. Switching gears. As I mentioned in my last update, Governor Inslee recently issued a bridge proclamation to provide time for housing stability programs and funding to be put in place to support renters impacted by the economic turndown. This housing stability bridge is different than the previous moratorium, which prevented evictions for those unable to pay rent, but still has a lot of protections for tenants. The new rules protect indebted renters from eviction for non-payment of rent accrued between February 29th of 2020 and July 31st of this year, 2021, on the condition that they apply for rent assistance. So beginning August 1st, tenants are expected to pay in full unless their application is still being processed or if Clark County becomes delayed in distributing the rental assistance funds. The bridge plan also allows landlords to raise rents unless they are specifically prohibited by county-level conditions attached to rent assistance. Late fees, however, are still banned. In the next couple months, Clark County will receive up to $30 million in additional dollars in eviction rental assistance funds from the federal and state governments. And while the exact timing on when these funds will be available is still uncertain, we'll share details as soon as they are available. So for now, if you are currently on a wait list for rental assistance in Clark County, verify with the organization that you are still on the wait list. Of course, avoiding eviction is always your best course of action, and it's important to be actively working on a payment plan and in communication with your landlord. Keeping with the bridge for rental housing stability, Governor Inslee has also announced a final extension of the utility moratorium until September 30th, 2021. And that means that the city will continue to keep water services on and waive late fees and interest despite overdue payments during that time. Customers still have the responsibility to pay for utility services, but now have until September 30th to catch up on bills or make payment arrangements to get back on track. If you're experiencing financial hardships and unable to pay your water and sewer utility bills, we urge you to contact Utility Customer Services for help. And our local small business community, we know the hardships posed by the pandemic are not quite over, and that many do not yet have the staffing in place to support increased occupancy levels. If you're a local business, don't forget to take advantage of the city's program to receive a full refund on city business license surcharge fees through March 2022. These funds are expected to provide an estimated $500,000 in direct relief to businesses most impacted by previous pandemic-related capacity restrictions, such as our restaurants, bars, fitness and training facilities, movie theaters, and bowling alleys. Learn more about eligibility and how to apply for the refund on the city's website. Thank you so much for joining me today for our update. Your collective resilience, sacrifice, and efforts to get vaccinated have made our community's comeback possible. Together, we're heading forward to a healthier, brighter days ahead. Thank you so much.